Hey, you're doing all of this without telling me again? I swear this has to be close to the 15th time you've done this to me. What's that? I never did anything wrong, did I? I plan to be away on vacation for a little while, so you can watch him for a couple of days. You would love that, wouldn't you? I don't mind you bringing him over when you have something going on, but I feel bad that Luke has to go through this so often with you. At this rate, you're making it look like I'm more of his mother than you are. He'll be all right. Luke happens to like his aunt a lot, actually. But not as much as me, of course, so don't think he'll get that attached to you. His aunt? Shelby, you and Drake already had your divorce, making me nothing to you anymore, right? All I am is a stranger, so you need to stop acting like I'm still your sister-in-law or whatever. But wasn't it you who said you couldn't sit with the idea of me taking full custody of my son after all of that went down? I'm trying to be a good person now by letting my son stay with the person who thought she could take better care of him than me. Thank me for that, please. The reason I was saying that wasn't because I wanted to be his mother, but because I want him to be free from having a terrible woman like you as his mother. But that's too bad because he's still my child legally. I'm sure that really kills Drake to have to live with now, doesn't it? Knowing that the one person he doesn't want his son around at all now has full custody of him. But I was the one that had to go through all the pain of carrying him as a baby and giving birth to him, so it's only fair that I get to be his mother still, right? The reason that divorce had to happen, though, was because you cheated on Drake. Drake was always saying those same things to me, but where's the evidence? You guys can't say crap about me when you don't even have the evidence needed to prove I was sleeping with another man. But Drake literally saw you out walking with another man while you both were holding hands. He even saw that man lean in for a kiss and you accepted it. Also, you'd been leaving the house at strange times during the night for a long time, never telling your husband anything about where you were going. And then you wouldn't even reply to him when he asked when you'd be home and things like that. That was just his misunderstanding of what I was doing, because I was just going out to have a little freedom was all. Not my fault that I was exhausted from having to be home all day with Luke, right? Even when we were having the divorce, he wasn't actually able to prove that I'd been cheating on him, so could you please lay off me now? Honestly, being married to such a stuck-up and serious man like him was never going to work for me anymore anyway. Then tell me, this vacation you're going on right now is with who? What? Obviously, I'm going with my new lover, but he was a lover that I made after I got divorced from Drake. What's so wrong with that? Is his name Kyle by any chance? The same man that you were cheating on Drake with? Come on now. Would you quit trying to say things like that about him and leave us alone? You're getting on my nerves now. You're right that I'm with Kyle right now, but back when I was married to Drake, Kyle and I were just friends. How many more times do you want me to explain that to you until you're satisfied? Like, seriously, you never had any evidence proving that I was cheating on Drake with Kyle. That's it. Is there anything else you'd like to say to me now? Why, if you took full custody of Luke, would you be leaving him with me now and not taking him with you? Did you not take full custody of the boy because you love him so much? Of course I took it because I love my son. I took full custody because I love him and because I wanted to annoy Drake. I didn't want him to have any part of Luke after calling me a cheating woman. To annoy Drake? That's one of your reasons for taking full custody of Luke? Luke is very special to me, and I've been doing a great job taking care of him. But this trip I'm going on now is just meant for Kyle and I, since it's going to be a very romantic one. So I just wanted to leave him with you for a little bit. That should be fine with you, right? For a bit? You did this exact same thing with Luke last week. Shut the hell up, you old bitch. I don't care what you have to say, so shut your mouth and take care of the little brat. All I'm asking you for is to be quiet and do your job. What the hell is wrong with you? So please take great care of him again for me, please and thank you. Kyle and I are going to spread our wings and fly to a brand new world. Huh? What are you going on about right now? I'm saying that Kyle and I are about to go and travel the world together. I think you as well need to get out there and adventure a little bit more like the both of us are, all right? Because you're always around your house acting so serious, to the point your life is a bore. And what is this you're thanking me for? You know who I'm talking about, Luke. Having to take him on a trip all around the world would be a pain in the ass for me, so I'm leaving him with you. Hold it right there. I'm away on a business trip right now, and I'm not at home. I can't go back there right now, and I made sure to tell you about this before, right? Huh? You're away on a business trip right now? Then what are you going to do about this? You're asking me that question? Go have him stay somewhere else before you leave. I'm sure that someone can take him for you. But they're all going to ask me for money. Not happening. No way that's happening. Come on now, go back home. I'm asking you to seriously go home. And by the way, I'll give Drake custody of Luke now because he's been a real pain in the ass. Seriously. What the hell are you talking about? I'm on a business trip right now. There is no way I can go all the way back to my home right now. And what's this about you wanting to give custody to Drake now? Calling Luke a pain in the ass like that? Are you playing games with me right now? I'm not screwing around, all right? Now shut the hell up with all your yapping about this. Such a goddamn pain in the ass. Every one of you frickin' idiots is useless to me. Anyway, until you can find a place that will take Luke for you, you cannot leave the country with your boyfriend. And if you just leave him out in my yard like last time, nobody is going to be able to find him and take care of him. All right, okay. I guess I can take him to some distant family member's house and have them take him. What's all this BS about your business trip anyway? Not like you're working an important job anyway. Stop taking your anger out on me now, I have nothing to do with your life anymore ever since Drake and you got that divorce. This is literally killing me right now. Go and tell Drake to take him off my hands right now. How do you think I'm going to do that? Drake and I haven't really been talking to one another lately, and can't you tell him to do that for you? I deleted his contact information a long time ago, all right? And the phone that he gave to Luke, I also made sure to wipe clean so that his dad's information wasn't on it. Don't tell me you're the type of sad woman who keeps all her ex's contacts after breaking up with them. We're not talking about me right now. Well, whatever. See ya, you useless sister-in-law.
So that's what's been going on. Thank you so much for sending me that message.
No problem, and that's why I'm seriously worried about Luke right now. If you're okay with it, do you mind going out to Shelby's place and checking on how things are going with her and Luke?
Understood. I have no idea what she plans on putting Luke through, so I'll run over there and have a look. There's always a chance that she just left and ran off with that Kyle guy without telling anyone.
Shelby, being the kind of trash she is, that's more than just a chance. I'm sorry, Drake. You're the only person who seems to be able to go and deal with this right now.
No, I'm the one who feels sorry for you. Until now, you've always been the one having to deal with Shelby's selfishness. Taking care of Luke for her when she drops him off unannounced.
Not a problem. For me, being with Luke from time to time makes me really happy.
But you have a full-time job as it is, which means that taking on Luke like that is a huge deal, right? Had I been able to get custody of him, I could be the one taking care of him right now.
There was nothing you could do about that. You ended up having to go back to Mom and Dad's place and take over the family business. You've also been so far away from here for a bit now, so you can't blame yourself for all of this.
Right. That's right. I just got off the bus and will be getting on the subway now to head over to her place. So please, forget about her please and go back to work. I'll take good care of Luke now.
Thank you so much, Drake. I'm sorry having to tell you about all of this when you yourself are so busy.
It's all good. He happens to be my son after all, not yours. I hate having to hear my own sister saying thank you to me for doing the obvious.
That's a very good point. He doesn't happen to still be your son, even if Shelby doesn't want you to be. Wow, that was really the best experience I've ever had so far. I think for you especially, Ellie, you need to go out and see the rest of the world so that you can enjoy it all too. Huh? What are you talking about? Did you only just now come back? That's right. I came back from my travels safe and sound. You missed me a lot, right? Taking that long trip all around the world was the best vacation ever and so much fun for me. Sorry for leaving my son with you for a whole year to take care of. Where is that kid at right now? What? I didn't take any kids. What? I was on a business trip at the time you left and said that I wouldn't be able to care for him, right? What happened since then? Wait, but I wasn't able to find anyone else that could take care of him for free, and with no time left, I just went and dropped him off at your front door. Huh? What the hell were you thinking, Shelby? What the hell did you think was going to happen, leaving your kid in front of a house while nobody was there? Wait, even if you didn't come back home to find him, I thought that at least someone from your family would come by and find him. If you think about it like that, it makes sense, right? What the hell are you going on about? I live by myself, and none of my family lives close enough to me to be stopping by. What? Is that right? I can't believe you. You really have no clue about anything, do you? And by the way, even if you didn't know that, why, for the past year, have you not said anything to me? Because after all the times you said no to me, I thought you'd get mad at me again if I went and said anything else to you about it. I didn't want to bring up the fact that I did just end up leaving him at your house and such. Unbelievable. Are you really a full-grown adult, Shelby? Then, wait, where is Luke at right now? What am I going to do here? Damn it, why would something like this happen to me? Honest to God, what if someone went and kidnapped him after they found him sitting on my porch all alone? God, I was finally able to become this single mother and everything and get all that money from the government because of it. What? Being a single mother means that I get tax write-offs and money from the government, right? Although it really wasn't as much money as I thought it would be. Thankfully, Kyle has a lot of money still, so I just used the money the government gave me on myself and have been supported by him. Which means that even without Luke, I'm going to be all right. What the hell is going on here? Are you not even worried about Luke right now? I'm still worried about him. I hope that he's doing all right wherever he is right now. Also, him being out of my sight right now is something that could affect me in very bad ways, so I have to be worried about him. You are the worst. So the only thing you really care about with Luke is that he allows you to get money from the government? You find out that he's gone, and the first thing you're going to be worried about is where your money will come from? I seriously can't believe this. Listen here, Ellie. Someone like you who's never had a child of their own before might not understand this, but being a single mother is a very tough life. You have no other choice but to be worried about money all the time. Do you hear what I'm saying? A mother that leaves her son out on someone else's porch when they're not home to take him and leaves the country for 1 year has not had it tough. Shut your goddamn mouth. You can't preach to me about any of this when you've never been a mother before. Also, the fact that we've lost Luke now is also partially your fault, right? You left your house like that to go away for work, so him not having a place to stay and be cared for is all your fault. Jesus, by this point, I don't even know what to say about you. But this will all be over soon. I understand more than I need to now. Huh? What are you talking about? Luke is currently being taken care of by Drake right now. What? At that time, I was really worried about whether or not you'd find a place for Luke to stay and figured you'd just leave him at your house or mine. So I asked that Drake go to your house and see what was going on with you and Luke. But when he arrived there, neither of you were home, and so as he was heading back to our parents' house, I asked him to stop by my place and look around. And that's when he saw Luke out in my yard, bawling his eyes out. So that's what ended up happening. Well, if that's the case, then why didn't you tell me anything sooner? You made me get so worked up over nothing, Ellie. I had to confirm just how much you cared about being Luke's mother and see just what you were after when you took full custody of him. I wanted to see how you would act after hearing that your son had gone missing after you left him here for a year. And when you heard that he was missing, you started to worry about money and blame me for your mess. That right there confirmed that you are not a good mother at all for Luke. I was worried about my son, so of course I was saying all kinds of things. Now that I know you guys have him, give him back. You guys are thieves. Also, having Drake take care of Luke when he doesn't even have custody of him at all is a crime. I'm going to tell the police about this now, and then that'll be the end of him and you. Do you really think the police are going to listen to what a woman like you has to say after you abandoned your son for a whole year to run around the world with your boyfriend and Drake was the only one who stepped in to care for Luke? What? Hey, I needed some time to take a break from all the stress. For a whole year. I don't think anyone is going to agree with calling that a break from all your stress. Hey, what the hell? Do you really think you can turn me into the police over something like this? As a single mother, I was going through a lot of tough times. Tough times, huh? Well, once you have a talk with the police, you'll understand why this was such a problem. And at the very least, there might be something else the police are going to want from you that Kyle has been trying to hide for a long time. What? Hold on a second. What are you saying right now? What kind of thing are you talking about? You know just as well as I do that Kyle is the leader of a group of scammers, correct? You may call it a vacation around the world to relax and run from your stresses, but to him he was using it as a way to escape the law. And the evidence for that is you coming back to the US without him. Kyle's still out there somewhere, isn't he? Kyle is he being chased by the police right now? Of course he is. One of the people in his group of scammers was caught, and when that happened, Kyle took you and ran from the US to go hide in other countries around the globe. Didn't you ever wonder why he randomly invited you to leave the country with him for a while like that? It's true, he did just randomly invite me to leave with him, and that's the reason I didn't have a lot of time to find someone to take care of Luke. I always felt that Kyle wasn't working a very good job, but I seriously never thought he'd be the leader of a scammer group. I see. Well, none of that really matters now. What? Wait, my house. I can't get the front door to open to my house. Ah, when your parents found out about what happened with you, they had your lease on the house ended. Which means that right now, someone else is most likely calling that place their home. And that's why you can't seem to get the door open anymore, right? Huh? Why? Why would they do that to me? When your parents learned that their own daughter abandoned their granddaughter and then left the country with her boyfriend, they stopped worrying about helping you pay your rent and said that they'd be cutting ties to you. They're cutting ties to me? Oh, hold on a second, please. That's not good for me, though, if they do that. Wait a second, why the hell were you going and telling my parents about all of this? Because at one point it was very important for us to have a talk with your family. We needed to take away your custody over Luke, after all. What? I'm the only one that's allowed to have custody of Luke, though. You think I'd ever let a man like Drake take him away from me? Hey, Drake, you give Luke back to me right now. You're never going to have custody of Luke.
Just cut it out already. You and I are going to court right now. When we're there with my lawyer and a judge, we can talk about everything you've done. It seems that the judge made a mistake last time and would like to hand over full custody to me for Luke.
That's not going to happen. Luke is my son. And you having him in your possession right now is child abduction. I'm going to call the police about this right now and have them get Luke back for me.
Go ahead and do that then. But they all know already that you are not to be trusted, and that they're going to need to speak with you now regarding all of this. If I were you, I'd forget about getting the police involved in this.
Who do you think you are talking to me like that? All you are is a lame man who got cheated on by his smoking hot wife.
So you're confessing to having cheated on me then? That helps a lot out now.
No, I was not. I wasn't talking about myself there.
You're the only woman I was ever married to, Shelby. You're the only person I could ever label as my wife.
You have it all wrong. I was just saying that as an example, actually. I never once said that I was the one who cheated on you.
Say what you will, but now I'm really looking forward to taking you to court over the custody of Luke. Both of your parents no longer love you anymore and won't be around to help. And soon enough here, your boyfriend Kyle is going to be getting arrested. And at that point, you will have nobody, leaving you with no way of fighting back, right?
What the hell is this? So you think you've already won against me? You should be thanking me for ever marrying an ugly man like you and letting you dump a load in me to make that brat.
What the hell about me do you not like so much?
Huh? You were always so serious about everything that you bored the hell out of me. Do you still not get that about yourself? How much of a stick in the sand you are to be married to?
I honestly haven't put any thought into that.
When someone's husband is as boring and serious as you were, of course they're going to want to cheat, right? And when it comes to Luke, he's just going to be raised to become just as boring as you. Is that what you want for the kid?
I think it's a good thing to raise a serious person in this day and age.
Then that's going to be one hell of a boring time then. Well, so be it. Then you can go ahead and thank me for allowing you to take care of him.
Why would I ever thank you for any of what you've done to us? Are you done blabbering yet? You just confessed to having cheated on me. That means I can get a fat settlement out of you now.
I'm not paying you squat, Drake, especially not over something like that. I never even cheated on you like you continue to say I did. Go ahead and whine about it if you want. But you'd never be able to do that because you are the most boring loser in the world.
Suit yourself. Did you hear all that? After Kyle had been arrested by the international police, he was taken back to the States and questioned about everything. And during that questioning, he confessed to having been with you while you were married to me. That right there means I can confidently get a settlement from you now.
Hey, you understand what's going to happen, right? I can't pay something like a settlement right now. I don't even have a house to sleep in right now. So you really think that I have any money?
Well, when the judge has his moment to speak with you, you'll learn that there's something called a job where you make that money from. You're going to have to take responsibility for your actions one way or another, Shelby.
And that right there is that boring-ass talk I've always hated. How about you lend me some money, you dumbass?
Who the hell would give you anything now? I'm the one who's getting the money from you. Also, I'll be getting child support from you from now on. So please make sure you have the money to pay.
Huh? Why the hell?
Because I had to pay you child support all this time, right? But now that I'm going to be Luke's parent, you have to start paying me.
Always going on and on about you have the right to this and how you have the right to that. That is the freaking reason why all you serious idiots are boring as hell.
I don't care that I'm boring. You're going to pay me that settlement and child support. I already have a lawyer working with me, and you're not going to be able to escape.
First and foremost, how is something like cheating such a bad thing anyway? Everyone knows it's the one who gets cheated on's fault.
Shut your freaking mouth. You can discuss all that with the judge.
You are such a dick, Drake. All I'm asking for is a little bit. You should already know the kind of terrible situation I'm in now, right? All you have to do is give me a little bit and I'll stop asking. You really have some balls thinking you could come to me asking for some money. I had no other choice. There isn't anyone else for me to ask for help from anymore. I have no house, I have no money, and I've been sleeping under a tree for weeks now. And on top of that, Drake is now getting a settlement and child support from me. When that happens, I'll be in serious trouble. And that's what we call you getting what you asked for, right? Thankfully, that has nothing to do with me now. Luckily, Drake was able to get the confession from you he'd been needing, and your boyfriend even opened up about how you'd been with him while married to Drake. I wanted to throw a frickin' party now to celebrate your coming demise. You want to throw a party? Seriously, go screw yourself, Ellie. I have no reason to be helping you at all. Just go rot in hell somewhere and take that time to think about all the horrible things you've done there. You two boring-ass frickin' siblings are the worst. Always talking like you both know everything about everything to the point you both look like total nerds. You may have wanted a lot of adventure in your life before, but all you were ever doing is going out with the ringleader of a group of scammers. I have no idea why you think so highly of yourself for cheating on your husband with a criminal before. What? I just don't want to live the same dull lives that all of you are living. Are you all having fun following the rules like Drake always is? We are. The fact that none of us have to end up like you is very fun for us.
Hey, do you really find me being serious and all boring?
What's gotten into you all of a sudden, Drake?
Well, I was just told all that again by Shelby.
Wait, are you saying that what she said has gotten to you now? You really are a bit soft sometimes, aren't you, Drake?
Hey, I know that I don't really have to care about anything she says to me, but I have kind of wondered if that's the truth or not.
You're fine, Drake. She told me the same exact things before.
Wait, she did?
You and I both being siblings does kind of make sense, since we're both very serious about our lives, and that may seem a bit boring to others. But here's the thing. If there aren't serious people like us out there in the world living our lives a bit boringly, then things won't ever get done. I can see you being a bit more dull than a lot of other people are, but I find that to be a very good trait in regards to a lot of things.
Is that so? Well, if that's the case, then that's fine. But Ellie, do you mind me saying something about this? Calling someone serious and boring has the word boring in it, which isn't a very good thing, right?
Now you're being a bit too serious. After that, Shelby was taken to court where she was told she'd be losing custody of her son and would have to pay Drake a settlement for having an affair during their marriage and child support. That sent her down the path of having to borrow a lot of money and put her in a lot of debt with a loan shark. Kyle was taken to federal prison as he had scammed over $20,000 with his group, and Shelby's parents both cut ties to her and disowned her from their family. It turns out that Kyle didn't only commit a bunch of felonies in the US, though, and that he had been working worldwide scamming people. So let's just say that it was a good thing for Shelby to never associate herself with the kind of work he was doing, or she'd be spending a lot of time in prison right alongside him and his group right now. Shelby would, however, be told later on that she could never be allowed near Luke again and would have a restraining order placed on her by Drake. With literally no one around helping her out anymore, Shelby became a woman of the streets, making a new home near a dumpster behind a pizza shop. I'm not sure what all she's doing every day to pay off that debt, but if she doesn't get to it soon, her life might actually be on the line. And knowing the loan sharks in this city, when they get upset with her, there's not going to be a hair left after they've had their way. Perhaps someone like her will start running, though, maybe hitchhiking on a train or something that can take her to the other side of the country. But that's not going to be enough for her to escape them and will only be prolonging the inevitable. Thankfully for Drake and I, having been very serious and living our boring lives, we never had to end up like she did. Currently, Drake is still living with my parents at their house while the three of them continue to raise Luke. Luke is really taking after a lot from Drake as he continues to grow, and I can't wait to see him turn out as serious and boring as his father is. Well, maybe he shouldn't be raised to become as serious and boring as his father, but just a tad bit would be good. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story. I just went and took your Chanel bag that you had in your room. I was walking into your room and it was just sitting right there on the floor. I plan on using it for the next class reunion I have coming up soon because it will make me look so much better than the rest of my friends. I'm so lucky.
Huh? Wait, are you serious right now? Does that mean you just went into my house without even asking for permission first? You're literally trespassing right now, Vicky.
Oh, come on now. You're making me sound bad. My older brother let me into the house. He was so happy to see me coming to his house after such a long time of never talking to one another. When he opened the door to see me there, he was so surprised that he let me in without even asking why I came.
What are you going on about right now? If you're going to be coming out to our place, tell me first. Wait, not only did you come into our house without ever telling me, but then you went into my room? Does that mean Carl let you go into our room as well?
He never said that I could or couldn't go into your guys' room. When I came to surprise him at your guys' house, he said he'd go out and get us something to eat. So he left to go and buy us some pizza or something. Therefore, I had a bit of time to myself and I used it to snoop around your guys' house a little bit. Then, when I went into your guys' room, I found your Chanel bag just laying on the floor. So I went ahead and grabbed it. If you're not going to be using it, then I sure will.
That didn't just fall on the ground for you to pick up though, right? And that bag was in our walk-in closet, right? Where you found it is where I placed it after I last used it, okay? So what you really just said is that you came into our room, went into the walk-in closet, and stole my bag from in there, right?
Don't say it like that, please. I happen to be your little sister-in-law, and I told you what I'd done, right? I said that I took it from inside your room. If I was going to be stealing it from you, I would have never said anything to you.
I have no idea what you're saying. You already went into a couple's bedroom without asking either one of them for permission, which is just outright weird of you. And then you took things a step further by going into our walk-in closet to have a look around. There has to be an end to your craziness, right? What you've done has made me sick.
Huh? If you're saying something like that about me, does that mean you're not thankful?
Thankful? Thankful for what, Vicky?
Had I never allowed my brother to go ahead and marry you, you would still be a single woman without a chance of finding another man, right? Does this mean that you've forgotten your appreciation towards me?
You are overreacting right now. Even if you had gone and said you didn't want for Carl and I to get married to one another, I think we would have still chosen to get married.
Stop kidding yourself. I am Carl's little sister, so there is no way you would have been able to marry him had I said no. Let me just say, you are the wife of Carl, which makes you a stranger to our family. Don't start thinking you're anything more to us just because you were able to get married to him. If you keep it up acting like you're all that, I'm going to make sure you're cut out of this family for good.
Hey, could you please stop saying things like that to me right now? The fact that you even went into someone else's house, someone else's room without announcing it is very upsetting to me. It makes me feel a bit sick inside.
I was not going in unannounced. I came to the front door and there my brother let me inside the house and told me I was free to walk around all I wanted. He then left the house to go get us some food and I took the liberty of doing as he said I could and walked around.
You think an argument like that is going to get you anywhere? As for that Chanel bag, I really want it back right now, so give it. That bag has a lot of memories stored in it that I'd not like to lose.
Well, of course you have a lot of memories in it, considering it is Chanel, after all. But this bag is no longer yours. This bag is mine now. If you really want this bag back from me, then come out to see me and beg at my feet for it.
Huh? That bag is my bag, Vicky. Why should I have to come to you and beg at your feet for a bag that is mine?
Why? Well, if you don't know the answer to why you have to do that, then don't worry yourself about it. I don't really want to give you back the Chanel bag anyway. Listen to this. How about instead of sitting there whining all the time about a bag, you get to work making a baby with my brother? My parents are starting to become very concerned with that.
You're talking about that? Did you not hear anything from Carl? Right now, I'm pregnant.
Wait, what? Are you serious right now? Oh, that is insane. You've finally done your job, AJ. Well, that took a lot longer than we were thinking, though. Well, it's not like I really care how long it takes you to do your job or not, though.
Yeah, I'm sure you've never really cared about anything that has to do with me. I see now, though, that Carl never told you anything about it.
Probably because my brother isn't all that happy or excited about it.
Come on, he'd never be upset about it. He cried tears of joy at my legs when I told him the news.
I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? Anyway, the next time I'm ready, I'll be coming over to see you guys again.
Hold on a second, Vicky. Stop doing that, all right? If you want to come over and stay at our house for a bit, please let us know ahead of time. And give me back my bag, please.
Wow, I'd been wanting to see you a lot recently. Thank goodness we were able to meet after so long. And considering you're pregnant now, I have to congratulate you on that. Once you have that baby of yours, I want you and them to come out to see me again.
I am so happy I was able to meet with you today, Thea. Even though it had been such a long time since the last time I met you, you haven't changed at all. And yeah, when my baby gets a little bit older, I can't wait to bring them out to see you and your kids.
I'd love to see if they'll become as close of friends with one another as you and I have become. Also, I can't wait for you guys to move out a bit closer to us again. But I'll have to wait a little while longer for that, right?
That's true. But it's not like that'll be much longer, right? We have already bought the house and everything now, so we can relax a bit and take things slow from here.
You know what I'd really like to do? I'd like to have a house built right next to your place so that we could be neighbors. By the way, you need to have me over to your house next time. I'd really like to see what kind of house you and your husband bought.
Oh, that's right. You haven't actually been here yet, so please come the next time you can. I'd also like for you to meet with my husband finally.
Totally. I have to actually see and talk with the man himself. I'll introduce myself by saying that I am a longtime friend of yours and that you've taken very good care of me.
If someone like you introduces yourself like that to him, then he's going to be even more surprised than when he met my last friend.
Are you saying that you haven't taken great care of me? Sure, I may not look all that great, but when it comes to the person I am on the inside, I'm a great person, right?
I was just joking then. I've told Carl about you all the time, so he's already got a great idea of who you are.
Considering he became your husband, I'm sure he won't look at me with suspicious eyes or anything. At least, I hope so.
I really do think things will be fine when you meet him.
I really do appreciate you though, AJ. I hope you realize that. I've always been a bit weird to people, but you never once judged me based off my appearance and have stayed my friend this whole entire time. You're one of the only people I know who's done that for me. Ever since you first became my friend, I've been really thankful of you.
Could you stop talking about all that squishy talk from the past? Everyone was totally fine with you then, and I don't really remember anyone saying you were a bad person. I think you were just a little bit antisocial was all.
I wonder. But it really was because of you, AJ, that my time back in school was so much fun for me. Back then, the person who really looked after me was you, and there's no denying that. And that's why if there was ever anything that was going to happen to you, I'd be here for you. Of course, I still will be if you need any protection.
Hey now, you don't have to protect me, okay? You did plenty for me back in school as well, so we're even. But I do have to say, you always being around to protect me back in the day did make me feel strong. I've felt like I've had no enemies ever since you started to watch my back.
Right? And that is why, if you ever need me for anything, just say so. Like that sister-in-law of yours, if she does anything else to you like that, then I'll be there to teach her a lesson. So please, let me know the next time I can be of assistance to you in dealing with her.
I feel like if I really do ask you to handle her, you'll end up beating the life out of her.
I'm just saying, I'm pretty upset with the way she acted and from what she's done to you. You said that she went and stole that Chanel bag that you and I went out together to buy, right? I can't believe she'd do something like that to such a special item.
Yeah, I do plan on getting that bag back from her though. Even if it wasn't filled with memories, it's still a very expensive bag that is rightfully mine. And I think deep down that she doesn't really plan on keeping that bag forever. Or at least I hope.
You can hope that all you want, but I'm not sure with her. She's already the kind of person that thought it was all right to just go into your room and take it from there, right? That proves to me that she doesn't have her crap together. I feel the only way to fix her way of thinking is with a good beating or two.
Well, I mean, you are right about all that. But the thing is, even though she's an in-law, she's still my little sister. I feel that I do have to cut her some slack every now and again. But if she's really not planning to give that bag back to me, my thoughts about her will change.
You are way too kind of a person, AJ. Well, I guess you being that kind and open-hearted is why we're such close friends and always will be. But damn it, I am really pissed off about the kind of girl that sister-in-law of yours has become. And I cannot accept what she's done to you and that bag. I believe that people who really want to screw around need to find out.
Aha, how scary. But hearing you say something like that is welcome. Even me, the person with a big heart, is a bit upset after what she done. I've even started to think about how things would be a whole lot better if I just went and cut ties with her.
Ah, I see. So instead of making things a lot more dramatic, you want to just end things where they are and never have to deal with them again? That in and of itself is a little scary, though.
You think so? Well, I'm not all that kind when I shouldn't have to be. And when it comes to Vicky, I'm going to have to watch her with a close eye for sure.
listen to this. Listen to this. Something really bad ended up happening, so I have to tell you about it now.
Vicky, could you hold on there for 2 seconds? Right now is not the time for your wild news. There's something far worse that's happened on my end. After I figure things out here, I'll get back in touch with you, okay?
What? I never asked about what's going on over there. And I like to think listening to what I have to say is a lot better than whatever you're dealing with.
I'm sure you're just here to pick on me again, right? I don't have time for your childish games right now, Vicky.
What? That's not it. Actually, I got into a little crash with your car, and so I've left it out in the mountains. There was a baby inside the car as well, so I think you'd better make a dash for the wreck and get that baby out of there.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Well, the engine was running and everything, right? I was thinking to myself how lucky I was, and so I borrowed the car.
Wait, I don't have a car, though. I don't have a baby either.
What? Hold on. What are you talking about there, AJ?
That's what I'm trying to ask you about, Vicky. I have not had a car for some time now, and I'm still carrying my baby inside me. So, what car and what baby are you talking about right now?
Hold on. Could you please stop joking with me like that? That car was the one sitting in your guys' driveway when I came over, right? If that wasn't your car parked in your driveway like that, then whose car was it?
So it was you? That was my best friend's car you took. And that baby that was in there is my best friend's baby. Don't you dare be telling me the truth right now.
What? Are you serious? Wow, you've really gone and done it now, because your friend's car is in the mountains now and completely wrecked.
You go back to that wreck right now. I've already called the police and they're on their way out there. You are not running away from your crimes this time.
Wait, the police? Now, why would you be getting them involved in this? Are you trying to take things too far overboard or something? Hold on a second, this is me. I'm your sister-in-law and I was just borrowing the car. You've made the wrong choice by getting the police involved in all of this. You call them right now and say you figured out the issue and you don't need them around anymore.
You wrecked that car, right? As the driver of that car, you're responsible for calling the police in a time like that so they can come out and make sure everything is okay and accounted for. But you went and ran from the scene after stealing that car. Do you understand that you're only making things worse for yourself by not going back to the scene and waiting there for them? Go back to the car right now and wait for them.
Hey, do not say that I stole the car. All I really did was borrow the car for a little bit, and I just got into a small accident was all in it, all right? And right now, I'm on my way back to the car.
Nobody ever said you could borrow the car, and that car is not mine. And to make matters worse, you left someone else's baby inside of that wrecked car? Out in the middle of the mountains? If something really bad is to happen to that baby, do you have any idea what will happen to you?
There was nothing wrong with the baby when I last checked on them. The air conditioning was still working in the car as well, so I left it on for the baby while I left. This is not as big of a deal as you're thinking, so stop getting all up in my face over it.
I'm telling you to cut that crap out right now, you pile of trash. You came back to my house without ever asking me, and then you went and stole someone else's car like that from my driveway. And then you just left their baby in the car wreck? Have you gone completely mad or something?
What? Hold on a second, AJ. What is going on with you? You're acting like a completely different person now. You do not have to get that upset with me over this. The car just ended up getting a little broken after the accident is all.
The car just ended up a little broken after the accident? I knew there was something seriously wrong with your head. If that's how you're still going to act, then I have no choice but to really teach you a lesson.
I want to know what you mean.
You'll know soon enough. I'm no longer going to sit back and let you have the easy way out. I've already spoken with your brother as well, and he is 100% on board with me.
What? What do you mean? Hold on, what are you actually going on about right now? By the way, I just got back to the car like you were telling me to do. Who is that over there? Are they the police? I don't think so with the way they're dressed, right? There's someone waiting by the car for me. They aren't someone you know or anything, right, AJ?
They might just be. But to be completely honest with you, I don't know them personally. However, they are a friend of my best friend, and they will be taking things into their own hands now.
What? What do you mean they'll be taking things into their own hands now? And they're a friend of your friends? Wait, they're starting to come over to me now after they saw me.
I know, and that's why I said what I said. They are going to be taking things into their own hands.
AJ, I am so very sorry about what happened the other day. I now know that I was wrong for doing all of that. I've really learned my lesson now, so could you please find some way to forgive me?
I know. You've learned your lesson now, and that's good. Luckily, the baby in that car was okay, so I was able to relax for a few days after that. Had something happened to that baby, I'm sure you'd no longer have any rights and would be sitting in prison already, if not buried 6 feet underground.
Actually, I don't feel I have any rights as of right now, even. I really have learned all of my lessons now after what happened then, so could you please forgive me for what I've done? I promise that I'll make everything up to you at some point after today.
What? Who is this I'm talking to right now? Are you really the Vicky I know? Could this be a completely different person I'm talking with right now? I suppose just your behavior has finally changed after how scary of a meeting you had after the accident, right?
Please stop making fun of me. I'm really in deep crap now after that. Can you please tell me where I'm at right now? Where I'm being forced to work now? None of the people here can even speak English. Please do something to help get me out of this hell.
What? They don't speak English there? I'm sorry, but I don't know where you've been taken away to. All of that is what my friend and her friend wanted to do with you. And considering it was my friend you chose to make beef with, you're going to have to talk with her from now on. I have no part in your mess now.
What the hell kind of friend is that? Seriously, I have no idea who you would be friends with that could do something like this to another person. This is scaring me. Please help me, AJ. I can't do this any longer. I don't want to work here with all these strange people.
From what I know is that after you ran into my friend's friend, you were taken away from those mountains. But considering nobody around you is speaking English now, you might as well not be in the US anymore. I'm not sure where you ended up, but I don't really care.
What are you saying then, AJ? Who the hell is that person you're friends with? I knew something felt off about your friend, but...
Well, if you really rely on what your gut is telling you, that friend of hers is part of a gang. And that car which you stole from my friend is also the car of a gang leader's daughter. She's not directly related to that gang, but through her mom, she has a couple of friends who are with them. Honestly, my friend may even look a bit bad, but really, she is such a nice girl.
I knew it. I knew that person who was out there waiting for me was part of a gang. Oh, I really messed up this time.
Yes, you sure did mess up big time. What happened then is that you came across my friend's running car when she was getting ready to leave from my house. She was over checking out the place, and before she had left, she came back in because she forgot something inside. And during that time, when she was not out in her car, you swooped in and took it from her with her baby in it. All while thinking it was our car, even though Carl and I have never had a car like that before.
But I heard that you were having a baby. I just assumed you had that baby already and that the baby in the car was yours. I never actually thought that the car parked out in front of your house would be someone else's.
Well, that kind of excuse isn't getting you out of that place now. By the way, when you took my Chanel bag and destroyed it, you really pissed off my friend.
Why would your friend get pissed off over that?
That was the bag her and I bought after we had both graduated from college together. And after we had both gotten jobs and were turning into true adults. It was our form of celebrating our success together.
You did say you had a lot of special memories in that bag, didn't you? But I went and... oh, what have I done?
Before, you told me something, Vicky. You told me that I'd never be able to cut ties with family. But here's the thing. I sure can if I really want to. And so can the rest of the family. If they deem what you've done as something so bad that it affects the whole family. So, let's think about what you've done here.
Don't say things like that right now, AJ. I've already learned my lessons.
That doesn't matter in this situation. Even if you had come back to me with my bag earlier and got on your hands and knees to apologize to me, I would not forgive you. What you've done is unforgivable, Vicky. Unforgivable. You always thought you could get away with doing whatever you wanted and taking whatever you wanted, didn't you? Well, now you're going to pay for all of that by living in the hell you found yourself in.
That disgusting idiot. I think right now she's really getting what she asked for. Isn't that just wonderful for us?
Yes, it sure is. To my husband and I, that girl was nothing but trouble and never did anything besides make our lives much more difficult. Not even her older brother wants to see her anymore. We have a baby coming very soon here, and if that chick started to cause trouble for them too, both my husband and I would really have had our way with her.
True, AJ. Well, you guys don't have to think about her anymore. Leave her to my friend now. I think my dad is going to make sure she never comes back to the US ever again. Or at least for the next 5 or so years, so they can get all their troubles worth out of her.
Damn. She's all your dad's problem now then. Let him know not to go easy on her either just because she's a younger girl. I want him to take things as far as he can with her so that she never thinks about stealing from others ever again.
First thing my dad's going to do is have her work until she's paid off the cost of that Chanel bag you had. You'll have to give it a few weeks, but we'll get that money for you.
Thank you so much for that one, Thea. I look forward to hearing what else happens with that pile of trash. After that, I started to hear less and less from Thea about Vicky, as she slowly fell into the hell she'd asked for. Apparently, she'd been sent off to Venezuela or somewhere close to there, after Thea's friend went and took her away in a blacked out van and knocked her out cold. In order to even get her on the plane, that friend with the help of a couple of others from the gang went and drugged her, and by the time she woke up from her very long sleep, she was in the hot and humid jungle. She's been working in a factory down there, assembling who knows what in a non-air conditioned building for close to 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. What other stories I've heard about her time down there are usually about what punishment she's been forced to go through, and what kind of illnesses she's been catching. However, after a few months had gone by, Thea and I both assumed that she was gone for good, and we'd never ever hear from her again. As for my husband and I, we were both very happy to see her gone from our lives, and both of his parents made sure to tell Thea to let her dad know to not go easy on Vicky. A few years later, I heard that Vicky was finally back in the US, but that her personality was completely different from the toxic one she'd had before. She never smiled again, and I think she ended up having to go through so many horrors there that my husband and I joke about it a lot. She didn't come back to her hometown or anything out of fear that her parents would have their way with her next. Instead, she's been staying down in Arizona, again doing who knows what. All I can say is, if she ever reverts back to the person she was before, I hope that gang still has a leash on her so that they can take her back to hell again. I am very thankful for what Thea and her friends did for us, and made sure to repay back that favor any way I could these past few years. And ever since I had my baby, Thea's been coming over to have dinner with my husband and I, as we let our babies have play dates and become good friends. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Hey you. My lovely son told me that the marriage is not going so well. Aren't you supposed to be his wife? How hard is it to understand my son's feelings and keep a good relationship between you two? Oh, I really can't believe my son married someone so incompetent.
Really sorry, but all the fights we're having are our own problems, so we're going to solve it on our own. So I don't think it's something we should really be talking about. even though you're my mother-in-law. I promise you that we'll solve it on our own. So could you just stay out of it and not try to intervene with our problems? That would really be appreciated.
You always say that whenever there is a problem, then what happens? You end up not solving the problem anyways. Do you remember? It was the same case last time too, wasn't it? Whenever my son comes home, all he does during the day is complain about how the marriage is not going well. How much pain are you making my son endure? You really are a terrible wife.
Oh, really? Even when he goes back home, our marriage problem is all he talks about?
I keep telling him it's about time you two have a divorce since it keeps getting worse. But he said he can't, and I asked him why. Then he told me that you keep crying and begging him to not have a divorce. You are like a disgusting parasite sucking the life out of my pure son. Can you please stop being so clingy and let my son go?
Hold on, wait. What? Is that really what he has been telling you? Sure, I do believe that having a divorce is not something you decide so lightly. But trust me, I would never be so shameless to cry or beg to not have a divorce.
I know it's an embarrassing thing to admit, but there is absolutely no reason for you to deny and lie. Like, I get it. My son is a very handsome man. He also works very hard to provide for the family, and is such a gentleman, right? Which is exactly why I think he deserves someone so much better. Not someone useless like you. You can't even properly do some simple house chores, right? Whenever he's home, all he hears is you complaining about everything. So he tells me he feels very uneasy living in the same house as you. He has told me the same story thousands of times by now. You didn't even know, did you?
What do you mean I can't do simple house chores? Surely you're talking about your own son, right? I'm also extremely busy every day since we both work a 9-to-5 job. But all your son does after he comes home is lie around and do absolutely nothing the whole day. You know, not once has he helped me with the house chores no matter how tired I might be from working during the day. If I can't do simple house chores, who is cleaning the house? How can the house be clean all the time? Is there a ghost doing the chores for us?
Are you serious? Why are you surprised that you have to do the chores? It's your job. All you have to do when you get married is stay home and just become a housewife. After all, taking care of your husband is the job of a wife in the household. But you don't want to quit your job just because of your own selfish reasons.
Wait a minute. There's a big misunderstanding happening right now. Yes, it's true that I do love my job, which is a good thing, isn't it? So I have no plans of quitting my job. But me not quitting my job was agreed upon between us way before we got married. And this might come out very rude and disrespectful, but I need to tell you the reality of the situation. Unfortunately, your son does not earn enough on his own. It would be extremely difficult for the two of us to live off just his earnings, which is also why I have to keep working whether I like it or not. Thankfully, I do love my job, as I said, so it's not a big deal.
How dare you? Did you really just say that? So you're basically just telling me that you're a crazy spendthrift, isn't it?
Huh?
You said it's extremely difficult for you two to live off my son's earnings. Have you considered that maybe it's because you keep buying yourself those high-brand bags you love to carry around? Obviously, my son is married to someone who is such a crazy money spender. No matter how much money my son earns, it's just not going to be enough because of the amount you spend.
No, that is not the reason why his earnings alone is not enough. Yes, it's true that I do own some high-brand bags, but I'm not just buying them because I'm into high-brand and want to keep getting new ones. I buy a few just in case we have to go out to maybe like a party and we don't embarrass ourselves looking like a fool.
See, I told you. My poor son has to work so hard just for your selfish reasons. I can't believe my son had to marry a greedy woman like you. No wonder my poor baby is always tired and complaining about his marriage.
Hello? Are you not understanding a single thing I'm telling you? Now that I think about it, I feel like we have the same conversation every time you bring up your son. So you're basically just trying to tell me to have a divorce as soon as possible, right?
Yes, finally. You finally understood me after all these years. File a divorce as soon as you can, and please, for the love of God, let my poor son be free from your torture.
So you're saying please return my son back to me, huh? Sure, whatever. I've also had enough of this clown fiesta. I'll talk to your son about us having a divorce.
Hey, you! I heard about all the things you've done. You sly little rat. How disgusting can you be? I can't believe it.
Huh? What exactly are you talking about?
You too bought yourself a $500,000 house and you thought nobody's going to find you, did you? Did you think you could keep it a secret? My son told us to come live with him, so we decided to move into the house. So stop being annoying. Hurry up and open the door to the house.
What? What are you even talking about?
Like I said already, me and my husband are going to live with you two. Why is that so hard to understand? What's mine is mine, and what's yours is mine too. So the nice house you bought is also ours. If you're not happy with that decision, my son said you can get out of the house. What a pity for you, huh? But you have no choice.
Like, what are you trying to say? I'm having a hard time understanding everything you're saying right now. You know, I'm single right now, right? I'm no longer married to your son.
What? What nonsense are you spewing right now? Explain this nonsense right now. What is happening?
Why is it so hard to understand? What is there even to explain? It's exactly as I said. We've already filed for divorce, you know. So you and we're no longer related.
Wait, what? You two actually got a divorce? Why would you do something so foolish? How could you do that?
I'm sorry, but this is pretty funny, and you're making zero sense. You remember the amount of times you nagged me to get a divorce with your son? You told me to get a divorce, lady, which is exactly why I got a divorce, and now you're asking me why I did it? Make it make sense to me, please.
Well, I did tell you to, but why would you have a divorce at such weird timing?
What do you mean, such a weird thing? I'm finally free from you and your son's torture, so that's why I decided to buy a nice house. From now on, I'm going to live in this house with my own parents, thank you very much. And since we're no longer a family, I would appreciate it if you stopped acting like one.
You little, how dare you? You think we'll let you do such a selfish thing? We already packed all our bags and belongings. What are we supposed to do now? Stop acting like a selfish witch and let us into the house.
Why on earth would I ever do that? Why do I need to let a complete stranger into my house? Does this look like an orphanage or some charity house where I just let anyone in? Stop spewing your nonsense and go home. Stop bothering me. Bye-bye.
How could you? I'm your mother-in-law.
You mean you were? Like I said, we're no longer related.
Like why? You kept refusing to have a divorce. Why all of a sudden you just agreed to have a divorce? I didn't think you would buy a house. You know what? I'll allow you to be with my son again. I can talk to my son about it. My son has always wanted to own a house, so I'm sure he'll be happy too. How does that sound? I'll also stop nagging to you about having a divorce. We'll just quietly live with you. What a graceful offer, don't you think?
From everything you just said right now, you said it like as if you're doing this for me and it's for my benefit. But do you realize there is not a single merit for me? Even the divorce we just had, I've had talks with your son multiple times to make sure if it was the right thing to do. Once the decision was made, to no surprise, your son already had a divorce agreement ready with his signature and rudely threw it at me telling me to sign it. And I was the one who also had to submit the paper in, even though it was your side that wanted the divorce so bad.
But why would you get a divorce at such timing? Don't you think you also had malicious intent? Or maybe you wanted the divorce more than us. You also never had any talks with my son about buying a house, did you? I'm sure you didn't, because if he knew about you buying a house, he would never agree to having a divorce.
Like, duh. I decided to buy the house after we had a divorce. So why on earth would I have any discussion with your son about buying the house when I had no intention of buying a house before having a divorce? Do you ask or discuss to a random stranger or people that's not related to you about buying a house?
How could you be this cold-hearted? What do you want? What do you need to feel better and forgive us? My dear, could you please let us into your house first? We can calmly talk about this matter in person, right?
Stop! There's absolutely nothing to talk about. I am no longer married to your son, and I'm happily living my new life free of chains. So I'm sorry, but please, stop bothering me anymore.
My God, you're so stubborn. Fine, I'm sure you need some time to think it over, so I'll let you be for today. But you better make sure to talk to my son and stop being so selfish and arrogant. I'm saying this for you, so you better listen.
Oh, don't worry, ma'am. I don't have to think about anything. I've already decided on what I want, and I don't want to talk to your son ever. Also, it's you and your family that's selfish and arrogant, so just shut it.
Hey, Jessica. I heard everything from my mom. You're still being selfish and arrogant like a child? You know my mom is in awe because of how childish your behavior is. Stop being so mad. Can't you just forget about what happened in the past? It was just a small fight, just like all the other fights we used to always have, right? Why are you blowing it out of proportion?
Huh? Are you serious? Do you have any idea how long I had to endure your abuse? How much it affected me mentally? Now, all of a sudden, you want to pretend like it was not a big deal? Pretend like nothing happened and get back together? Is this some kind of sick joke? You know that April's in 5 months, right?
Look, man, it was just a misunderstanding. I know I was being harsh at times, but that's because I knew you could do better. Even then, it really surprised me that you would be able to buy a house on your own. I'm really impressed with you. I guess you were working much harder than I thought you were. I apologize for not recognizing your hard work.
Yeah, keep saying nonsense. It's none of your business now anyway.
Stop acting so tough. You were never like this. You know that it was always my dream to own a house too. I also remember that it was also your dream to own a house, my dear Jessica. So when I heard that you bought a house, I was ecstatic since both of our dreams came true, which is why we packed our bags and headed straight to the house as soon as we found out, you know? But when we got there, you just refused to let us in. How could you be so cold-hearted?
Are you serious right now? Are you out of your mind? We are divorced. We are no longer together. You are exactly the same as your mother, aren't you? You only care about yourself. You think you're the center of the universe and only want things to go your way, always twisting words to your liking.
See? That's exactly what I'm talking about. Whenever something bad happens to you, even if it's nothing serious, you blow it out of proportion and act like a drama queen. Despite your weird behavior, I endured all that nonsense because that's how marriage should be. So can't you also endure our mistakes and accept us once again? Pretty please.
Yuck. You're a grown-ass man. Don't ever say pretty please, you freaking weirdo. How do you even have the guts to say anything you're saying right now after all you've done to me? Why would I ever want to get back together with someone like you psycho? You knew we were both working, but you never helped with the house chores. Not only that, you had the audacity to complain about how I'm not doing the chores perfectly. I earned way more than you, and yet I also had to do housework on top of that to satisfy your needs, Your Majesty. Why do I need to waste my precious time on a selfish brat like you every day? Please, make it make sense to me.
You were mad about something so insignificant? God, you're such a drama queen. You act like it was something jail-worthy, like you're the woman, so it's your duty to do all the housework. So I don't know why you're acting like I was in the wrong for expecting you do what you should be doing. But whatever, I forgive you for that selfish thought.
What? Like, stop typing. You disgust me, you cycle. I already knew you were hopeless, but talking to you right now reassured me that you are human trash. What do you mean it's your duty, you misogynistic piece of crap? Then why are you, a man, so darn weak? No muscles looking like a tree branch from head to toe? You have no right to tell any woman what they should or should not be doing when you're so pathetic yourself. With your logic, women are also weaker, right? So use your big muscles and do all the hard work, including house chores. Your misogyny disgusts me. I feel like I'm talking to someone from 50 years ago, you piece of garbage.
What did you just call me? Just because I try to be nice to you? Now you think you're almighty, huh? Fine. If you want to play the blame game, it's you who decided to submit the divorce agreement, not me, you. So it's your fault. You were always like this. Whenever I try to be nice to you, you always take advantage of it. Just shut up and let us into the house. My parents and I will live in this house. You get out of this house now!
There he is, finally showing his true colors. I was getting goosebumps when you were trying to act nice. You're a complete stranger to me now. Why do you think you have the right to tell me to get out of my house? I knew for a long time that you were completely insane. And after getting a divorce and calmly thinking about what happened during our marriage, I'm more sure about how much of a psychopath I was dealing with all those years. Thank God I decided to finally get a divorce before things got way worse.
How dare you!
No matter what happens, I would never let you into the house or even near my yard. So just give up and get lost. You damn psychos. So you've finally done it, huh? Do you realize what you've all done? You're all criminals now. Don't worry about your son. I'll personally make sure he hands himself over to the police. So stop running, and you better hand yourself in too.
What? What are you even talking about? Are you okay?
Don't act like you have no idea what's going on. We have cameras everywhere in our house. We got everything on video. We saw on tape how you guys assaulted a high schooler that came to visit our house.
Wait, what? What high schooler? What nonsense are you spewing right now?
You creeps. You assaulted her thinking it was me, right? It was cold outside, so I let her on my coat, which is probably why you thought it was me in the coat. You guys attacked her from behind, right? Don't deny it. We saw everything.
Wait, that was not you? We really thought it was you.
So you do admit to assaulting someone, and you really thought it was me, huh? Person you assaulted, she is my cousin who was visiting us because I was helping her with her studies. I knew you were all terrible people, but you keep going lower and lower, huh? Obviously, it's a big crime, so I'll be reporting this incident to the police.
Please wait, hear me out. I knew something was wrong. My son was not contacting me after the incident. There is a reason to everything that happened. Please, let me explain.
Your son was in a panic state after he was arrested, so he already confessed to everything you've all done. Your plan was to dress yourself as a weirdo and attack me. Then when I'm screaming for help, your son will appear out of nowhere and rescue me from the weirdo, hoping that will light up the fire and make me have feelings for your son again. What kind of pathetic plan is this? Did you really think that would have worked? Making your son look like a hero and make me fall in love with him again? So that your son and I can get back together again? Not only do you think like a criminal, you do realize the action you've taken is also a crime. Have you all gone completely insane?
My baby, he really confessed to all that? Are you sure you're not making things up?
After I got really mad at him, he panicked and started telling me everything. At first, I thought your son helped my cousin out, so I was quite thankful. How wrong was I to think maybe he changed? When he saw who he helped, he panicked and said, "What? You're not Jessica?" Like, how dumb do you have to be to say that out loud? Also, he's a terrible liar and was never good at hiding anything. You could tell his lie from a mile away. Whether I liked it or not, I was married to him for a while, so I know how he acts. So I knew something was wrong when he was telling us the fake story.
You figured it all out that easily? We planned it thoroughly.
You're a woman yourself. You should know that women's intuition is not something to be messed with. When I thought that the story didn't really add up, I told him that I'm going to check the camera to watch the video to make sure. Then he suddenly panicked and screamed, "There's no need to do that." He also had the audacity to get mad at us, when in reality, he was in the wrong. That's when I knew he must have planned this or is affiliated with this incident in some way.
Oh, my baby, he indeed was never good at lying. Only bad thing about him was that he always too honest.
I don't even know how you managed to still try to make it sound like your son is a good man. I know love makes you blind, but this is something else. But really, I was extremely shocked, you know? When I found out who the culprit was, my ex-mother-in-law Amanda, wow. I already knew you and your son are crazy people, and that you wouldn't give up on things easily, so maybe you would do something scummy. But this is really low, even for your family. How shameless can you be? Are you not ashamed of your actions?
It's your fault. It's all because you kept refusing to let us live in your house. You left us no choice. If you stopped being so stubborn and just remarried my son, things wouldn't have escalated like this. Do you understand what you've done? It's all your fault. Your fault. Your fault.
Stop with your bullcrap, you disgusting psychos.
What did you say? How dare you?
My poor cousin. Do you know how young she is? Making her suffer just because of your selfishness? Thankfully, she wasn't hurt too bad physically, but you've traumatized her. She's still shivering in fear from what happened. And you still have the audacity to blame me for your foolish actions? How dare you? How dare you, you criminals?
It's your fault. It's your fault. All you had to do was just remarry my son. Why was that so hard, huh? If you just agreed to it, things wouldn't have turned out this way.
You really are the queen of never taking any fault and blaming it on someone else, huh? I've had it with you people. I've endured enough, don't you think? I'll make sure you never will want to mess with me or my family ever again. Mark my words.
What do you mean by that? Show some respect to your elders. Do you know who you're talking to?
Oh yes, I know exactly who I'm talking to. Mother of a trash human being who made me suffer all these years.
How dare you say that again?
I'll say it again and again. Your son is a trash human being who betrayed me and made me endure so much pain. Your son is trash. I wasn't struggling financially, so I thought I shouldn't really escalate things, but you leave me no choice. Looks like you're never going to learn your lesson until you get what's coming to you, huh? I'll show you that you're not living in your own fairy tale, that this is real life. You will pay for everything you've done. I will make sure your family pays the consolation money.
Huh? Are you stupid? You're making absolutely no sense to me. What are you even talking about? I'm so confused. What do you mean by betrayed? What consolation money?
Oh, did your son never tell you? Your trash son has been having an affair with another woman during our marriage. He would go on trips with her. Not only that, They would meet occasionally just to have sex, that little scum. That idiot thought I would never find out. Little did he know that the hotel he used to go to with his mistress is one of the hotels that I manage. So I have all the proof I need that your son was having an affair with some woman that I've never met. It's even caught on camera, and I have many other proofs. What do you have to say about that, huh?
What? My son? My lovely son? Having affairs with another woman?
When we had a divorce, I just assumed that he would just switch to his mistress in an instant. So I knew you would eventually find out in the future. But it looks like I was the one to let you know the truth instead of your son, huh? Well, surprise.
There is no way. My son? He would never do something dirty like that. He is the purest boy. You must have mistaken him for someone else. Please tell me you're lying. Are you pranking me? This is not funny.
I'm sure you don't want to believe it, but sorry, this is the truth about your son. With the recent incident, I learned that I just can't let the past go since you will all never learn your lesson if you don't get punished. So I decided that I'm going to be asking for consolation money. You better be prepared to pay the money. I might be nice, but I'm not a fool. Don't think that just because I'm being nice to you, that you can just do whatever you want and get away with it. I'm not an idiot, and I've had enough of your family.
Please wait. Calm down, my dear. There is no way we can pay the consolation money. My son is a big spendthrift, so he has no savings. How was he supposed to pay? He has no money himself and he spent money on a mistress? I can't believe it.
Why don't you keep coming up with new excuses? Also, remember you used to call me the spendthrift? Look how the tables have turned. No matter what you say, I'll never forgive your family. All the pain I had to endure because of you people, I will never forget it. If you have anything else to say, I'll hear it in court, so be prepared. I won't be listening to anything you have to say, so talk to my lawyer if there's anything you want to get across from now on.
Look, my dear, I apologize. We definitely are at fault for the incident that happened, but that's just how much my son loves you and wanted to get back with you. He loves you very much.
God, stop being so delusional and attached to your son. It disgusts me. Your son loves me and wanted to get back together with me. He doesn't have any feelings for me. All he cares about is this house I own and wants it to become his. Like I said, I'm not a fool. You can't fool me with your words. Don't think that I'm someone you can just use and throw away after you're done.
No, we never thought of you that way. Please, we have no place to live. We really need your help, my dear. I beg you, please. We won't stay long, just until we find a place to live. Please, let us live with you until then.
Whatever reason you have, you do realize you tried to assault me? A complete stranger tried to assault me. There's absolutely no way I would ever let you into my house. Who knows what you would do to me? I'm not a saint. Even I'm not that nice. Don't worry, I'll call the cops and let them take you in. It will solve your problem of not having any place to sleep, right? You'll have a comfy place to sleep. You deserve what's coming to you. You psychos, go to hell. As I said that, I handed my ex-mother-in-law and ex-husband to the police for the crime they've committed. I guess they finally realized the mistake they've committed. They both kneeled and begged for forgiveness. The cops said they will get the punishment for assault as they should. But honestly, I wish people like them stay behind bars for eternity so that nobody else has to suffer because of them. Thanks to all the proof I've provided, I'm promised a lot of consolation money from my ex-husband. So I'll be using that money with my cousin who had to suffer for absolutely no reason. We're planning to go on a nice trip somewhere to clear our minds. Looks like my mother-in-law and my ex-husband have finally learned their lesson. After they paid the consolation money, they didn't bother me at all. Thank God. I guess karma really hit them hard, huh?